Yeah, what it is, what it do. You already know the vibes. You already know what type of time I'm on. It's your boy, Raider Honcho, and you're watching the Honcho Report, okay? Season 1, Episode 3, Turn Times Cable Off. It's a wrap. It's time to disconnect the cable, pull all the antennas down. It's time to move on from this, man. Before we get started, though, man, let me shout out to the people in the chat. Joseph, what's up? Hopefully y'all can hear me. I ain't do no mic checks previous to this. Darth Vader Raider, what up? ONT6, what up? Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see me. I'll be mad if you can't hear me though, because that was a fire intro. That was a fire intro. What's good? Get the strap. You already know what it is. What up? What up? What up? Cape Carr, what's good? Don't trip. What's good? Hyperbolic, what up? If I don't say your name in the chat, yo, just know it's what you know what it is, but I probably just can't pronounce your shit. All right, I probably just can't pronounce your shit. And you already see what it is. You got the red light on. Part of my jag is in the building. You got the red light on. You already know the vibes I'm on now. Okay, you already know. Fresno County Watchdog, what up, boy? RJ, what's good? Dwayne B, what's good? Aaron Coates, what's up? Yeah, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. Sounds good, looks good. Miss your intro. That's all right. You ain't miss shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But look, this is the channel and this is the show. When it comes to the Honcho Report, this is the show where we respectfully don't give a damn about how you feel. I don't care. Go talk to your parents. Go talk to your loved ones about how you feel and what's got you all hot and bothered with your emotions, okay? Over here, we talk about what's real. We talk about the facts. We talk about logic, okay? And we have evidence to back up our opinions. If you don't have none of that in your arsenal and your repertoire, if you don't have none of that, this probably not the spot for you. And you can be embarrassed out here, okay? Don Reed said Dabo Sweeney brings Deshaun Watson. Bring him where? To court? Motherfucker got 20 pending cases. Valerie, what's up? White Tyson, what up? Listening to you while playing Madden, self-made. Come on, boy. You look like you about 39 years old in your picture, man. Get off that damn video game. Peter Gunn said, tell the haters to hush. I don't tell the haters nothing. I need the haters. The haters keep you on your job. Sebastian, what up? Dragon Hendricks, what's good? Spencer James in the first round. That's hilarious, y'all. I love that show, but that shit is getting out of control, bro. That shit is getting out of control. I gotta finish watching tonight. Oh, you 34, self-made? Look, self-made. Look, man, if you ain't made yourself by now, damn, my shirt dirty as shit. If you ain't made yourself by now, man, come on, man. Look, if you ain't a professional gamer by 34, look, fam. You know what I'm saying? Start a YouTube channel, baby. Marcus said, what's good, Big Honch? Kenny Pickett, who you want to draft in the first? Nah, I'm not going quarterback. I don't need a quarterback. Y'all need a quarterback. I don't need a quarterback. That's the funny part. That's the funny part is some of y'all out there need a new quarterback. And this is how I know y'all be emotional about it, because you'll say, if the Raiders keep Derek Carr, I'm not watching another game. All right. So don't watch no more games. I don't understand. Let's be clear. I am all for upgrading any position that we have, including the quarterback position. I am not married to the idea of Derek Carr having to be our quarterback. Listen, and screenshot this now. Screen record this shit now and send us to all these bum-ass people on Twitter, all these bum-ass motherfuckers in the comments that try to act like, oh, you just love Derek Carr. You just love Derek Carr. Listen, I would much rather win with anybody else than to lose with Derek Carr. I'll repeat myself. Screen record this. I would much rather win with anybody else than to lose with Derek Carr. But with that being said, if you're going to replace Derek Carr, it has to be an upgrade. You can't deny that Derek Carr is a top 10, top 12 quarterback in the NFL. So if you're not going to get a top 10 quarterback for Derek Carr, you can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. And I guarantee you Derek Carr would take less money to play for the Raiders. Oh, I got a red light on, yo. Doc said trade the Carr. For what? Like, for what, though? Like, I'm okay with you trading Derek Carr, but tell me what you're getting. You can't just say, like, come on, man. Like, you can't be like, yo, you hungry? I'm ordering food. From where? What are you getting? Like, that's the part I don't understand. It's like everybody wants to move on from him without giving me anything in return to say, like, okay, that makes sense. It doesn't make sense. Give me something that I'm not getting rid of Derek Carr to draft Kenny Pickett. You know what I'm saying? Like Tampa Bay, and look, I know we can always have both sides of the argument. I'm going to give you points that fit my side, right? That's okay. You give me your points that fit yours. But last time I checked, the Buccaneers didn't draft Tom Brady, right? The Saints didn't draft Drew Brees. Back in my heyday, the Rams didn't draft Kurt Warner. So I'm not sold on the idea of going to draft the quarterback and he's going to be better than Derek Carr. Yeah, the Chiefs drafted Patrick Mahomes. He sat a year. Aaron Rodgers sat 3 or 4 years behind Brett Favre before he got a shot. Right? So understand that even if you want to draft a quarterback, you don't get rid of Derek Carr first. You can keep Derek Carr and draft the quarterback. And if he's not the guy, well, at least you still got Derek Carr. Because in my opinion, my humble opinion, you get rid of Derek Carr, that's fine. The line is still a disaster. The wide receivers are still the wide receiver, slow. The defense is still giving up 30 a game. So getting rid of Derek Carr actually moves you further away from where you're trying to get to. Because he's a good enough quarterback. We've already seen what he can do when you give him talent around him. We don't know what Kenny Pickett's going to do in the NFL. Period. You don't. Now, if you're going to go get Russell Wilson, okay, you can have that, right? At this point in his career, I don't know if it's going to be worth it or what it's going to take to get him. But I would rather you bring in a proven guy than to go draft a guy and get rid of Derek Carr. I'm okay with you drafting a guy, but keep Derek Carr there just in case the guy you draft is Jamarcus Russell. Just in case the guy you draft is Josh Rosen or Johnny Manziel. Keep him there just in case. Right? So I don't know. But if we're going to be talking about Derek Carr, it's only right. It's only right that we talk about this offensive line and why we're here today. Why I brought you all together. Right? I like Jameson Williams. I can't never say his name right. From Alabama. He's straight. But I mean, Garrett Wilson is the guy for wide receiver. But I'm not gonna go wide receiver in the first round again. I'd rather bring in a proven guy, right? Give me a Godwin, right? Give me a DJ Shark, whatever the hell his name is, right? Then we cooking with grease now, right? But we're not gonna be able to. We can't rely on this organization to go draft us the next best thing. We just haven't been doing it. Damn, you got a crazy name, Savage. Appreciate the super. Unless you can guarantee a Rod Russell Wilson to come and play for us, you don't trade Derek Carr. The draft coming up has no franchise changing QBs. I mean, I don't disagree with you. I'm about to sneeze like a motherfucker. I don't disagree with you. And that's my point. That's my point is if you want to draft a quarterback, that's fine. Keep Derek Carr there just in case that quarterback is not good. And while you're keeping Derek Carr there, you improve everything around Derek Carr, not just for him, but for the quarterback you just drafted. Like, how can we say, let's go draft the quarterback and not talk about making the line better and not talk about getting more weapons and not talk about making our defense better? Well, if you're going to do all those three things with a new quarterback that you draft, you could do those things for Derek Carr. Right? Damn, fucked your name all up. Because you looked in the picture, I looked at you look like Ari Spears. Dwayne B, appreciate the Superman. Keep Carr and push hard for Sean Payton or an experienced offensive-minded head coach that is aggressive. I'm with it. But if just off the top, off rip for me, if you don't get proven guys in free agency, then you got to go draft them, right? So if you can get a proven guy defensive tackle, you do it. But if not, you got to draft one. If you can get a proven guy at cornerback, you go do that. You get a proven guy wide receiver, you do that. And I know I'm not reinventing the wheel right now. This is obvious shit. But I'm not wasting a first-round pick. Let's say I get a 15th or 18th pick. I'm not picking a quarterback. If anything, I'm just going to trade that pick, and I'm going to get more value in the next round. Just like we got Trayvon Merrick in the second round. That's great value. What wasn't great value was Alex Leatherwood. And since we're talking about Alex Leatherwood, let's go right to the line of why I keep saying we have to get rid of Tom Cable. Now, I will admit that I was a fan of Tom Cable. I was a fan. I thought he did some good things in the past years. But let's just talk about it, man. The Raiders have already given up 31 sacks through 13 games this year. 13 games. That's already the second most times Derek Carr's been sacked in his whole career. So when you're talking about what has Derek Carr done in the last 8 years? Nothing but get sacked. Clearly, we're only averaging 3.8 yards a carry. Right? Derek Carr was pressured against the Chiefs 35% of his dropbacks, the second most in his career, including 12 times in the first half, which is a career high. Offensive line didn't show up. Let's talk about the grades. Colton Miller, 47.8. John O.J. Simpson, 57.8. Brandon Parker, 54.2. Alex Leatherwood, the first round pick, 29.9, including a 0 in pass protection. Now, I will say that Andre James was graded at a 72 or 73.2. But I mean, when you look at this offensive line, there's no way you can tell me that they're not part of the problem. Right? If Derek Carr is part of the problem, I'll give you that. But the other part of the problem are other things. Like you can't say Derek Carr is part of the problem. Let's stop the conversation. Or you can't say, well, if Derek Carr ran more, if we had an athletic quarterback, yeah. But you're forgetting the second half of that is that we need an athletic quarterback because the O-line can't fucking block anything. So, yeah, you need to have a running quarterback. But why not just fix the O-line? You got a better chance of fixing the O-line than you do of finding that next Lamar Jackson, which at some point in time is going to bite you anyway, because when you play the quarterback position, guess what? At some point in time, you got to throw the ball. So all this, you think Russell Wilson wouldn't come in here and recruit players? Bitch, who? Who's he going to recruit to come here and play with a defense that's giving up as many points as they are and an offensive line that can't block worth a blood nickel? What the hell are we talking about? And you know why I'm blaming Derek Carr? Appreciate you, Dragon Hendricks. Dude, how bad is Brandon Parker? Brandon Parker is garbage. And I'm blaming Derek Carr. I'm blaming Derek Carr for this O-line being this pathetic. You know why I'm blaming Derek Carr for this O-line being pathetic? Because it was Derek Carr that blew up the offensive line. Right? Wasn't it Derek Carr that blew up the offensive line? Oh, no, it wasn't. You're right. It was John Gruden and Mike Mayock that blew up the offensive line, right? Okay, my bad, DC. I was getting ready to blame you. Pacey, and we appreciate the Superman. I wish Derek Carr was what was wrong with this team, and we could become a winner by just replacing him. It would be so less stressful. Yeah, I agree. I kind of wish Derek Carr was just a problem, just like Pacey is saying. Because if he was the only problem, it'd be an easy fix. Just get another quarterback. The problem is he's not the problem. He's not the only problem. And if you want to get rid of him, it's fine, but you're pushing yourself further away from success. You're not going to find too many Derek Carrs. There's a reason why there'd be 10, 12 teams lined up right now to get Derek Carr. Bernard, appreciate the super. Do you think Louis Riddick can bring free agents since he can relate to them more than Mayak? I think Louis Riddick would be the perfect pick for us. For us. Perfect. He would be exactly what we need. He's exactly what we need. He's exactly what we need. But I'm not done talking about this offensive line or lack thereof. The top two players there's two tied for number one for getting up the highest pressure rate allowed in the NFL right now. There's two players tied. And would you believe it? They're both on our team. Oh my God. Alex Leatherwood and Brandon Parker are tied for giving up the highest pressure rate in the whole entire NFL. They are tied for number one. Two starters on our line are two of the worst in the entire NFL and giving up pressures. What? Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. Our offensive line is ranked 31st in run block win rate. 31st. But y'all want to get rid of Jacobs. They're 31st. You know how many teams in the NFL? 32. Carr would take a sack on third down and smirk like he don't care. That's not what it is, Peter Guns. You know what it is? You know what he's smirking for? It's like when everybody in the crowd is telling you play. Let's say you play basketball. Let's say you play basketball. And everybody's telling you, pass it to him, pass it to him, pass it to him. But you know damn well every time you pass to him in practice, he misses. So you're like, fuck it, I'll pass to him in the game and watch him shoot an air ball. And when he do, you like, see, I try to fucking tell y'all. It ain't me. It ain't me. And that's what's going on with Derek Carr right now. Derek Carr is looking at y'all in the TV like, I try to tell you, it wasn't me. This offensive line is atrocious. Tom Cable got to go. He got to go. Point blank, period. There's no other way around it. There's no other way around it. Is there anybody in the chat that wants to keep Tom Cable? Huh? Is there anybody in the chat? Let me know if there's anybody in the chat that wants to keep him. And shout out to my boy, Raid the Tape. Because I think Raid the Tape was the only one who said, don't bring him in. Raid the Tape was against Tom Cable. He wanted straight streaming. Should have kept his son, but Jackson sucks in Seattle too. We run too much. Zone blocking scheme with the size of our O-line. We need a power scheme to utilize the size. Dwayne, I agree, but I think that's what they thought they were getting. I think that's what they thought they were getting. So for me moving forward, first and foremost, let's understand that I believe the Raiders are going to win the next two games, which is really going to mess everything up for some of y'all. Ain't going to mess it up for me. Because let's not forget that even with the healthy Darren Waller, with the healthy Josh Jacobs, with the free Henry Ruggs, with the employed John Gruden, with the thoughts of Edwards being the next Terrell Owens, with the healthy Kenyon Drake, I still thought this was a 9-win team. Still only thought this was a 9-win team. So how could I not expect for those expectations to change when Darren Waller's not healthy, when Jacobs isn't healthy, when Ruggs is not here, when Gruden is not here, when Edwards clearly isn't Terrell Owens, and Drake just broke his damn foot? Right? Now, I will say on the topic, because I see some people asking about Mike Mayock. The thing about Mike Mayock is Mike Mayock might have saved his job with how good Diablo and Kuntz look. My opinion, I fell and hit my head. I hit my head on what? What I hit my head on? What are you talking about? I think Mike Mayock deserves. It's hard, man, because last week I wanted to get rid of Mike Mayock. But I think Mike Mayock deserves further analysis, further conversation. Right? Like it's not as clear cut to me as Gus Bradley, in my opinion. It's not as clear cut to me as Bisaccia. They gone for me. My opinion, I ain't falling above my head for thinking we're gonna beat the Browns and the Broncos. The Browns don't even have a team right now. They got like 9 people missing. Shit, if we can't beat them, what the hell what are we talking about? Gibby, what's up? I think Mike Mayock deserves a look, but again, just like Mike Mayock always says, if you can upgrade somewhere, you got to upgrade. If you can upgrade from Mike Mayock, you have to. And it's not just about the draft. It's about having someone in charge that can make decisions over and over and over that you trust. Right? That's what it's about. Because Mike Mayock might get a couple draft picks right, but if he don't get the coaching staff right, if he don't get the free agent shit right, then it ain't going to matter what those draft picks are. And that's what's going on this year. Mike Mayock draft picks is fine, but you got all those draft picks paying for Gus Bradley. That's a problem. See them trading Wilder, need some draft picks? Nah. I don't see them trading Wilder, man. Why would you? Why? We're not as far away as it looks. We're leadership away, and we're offensive line and wide receivers. But offensive line can be fixed with 2 guys. Right? They can be fixed with 2 guys. The wide receiver core can be fixed with 1 or 2 guys. You already got a quarterback. Keep Wilder, keep Renfro. You don't got to keep Jacobs. You don't got to do too much. Jacobs is tricky, though, because I think he's going to be due $10 million next year because he made the Pro Bowl. That could be tricky. But as far as draft picks, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be mistaken because I be tweaking sometimes. I don't know where I saw it, but the Raiders have a lot of draft picks. If I'm not mistaken. I can't find it right now. I can't find it. But look, man, you trade your first pick, you get some draft picks. So, to the question, I think Mike Mayock deserves a longer look than some of the other guys. I'm not saying he deserves to stay, but he deserves a longer look. Gus Bradley is why we drafted Hobbs, Diablo, Kuntz. I mean, guys, let's be fair. Let's be fair. We don't fucking know. We don't know. Like, we don't know. We don't know who drafted these guys. We don't know why they drafted them. It fits your narrative if you wanted to. It fits. But I mean, you don't know, man. We don't know why or who's responsible for it. But at the end of the day, you can't sit here and say a GM is responsible for the picks that went right and the picks that went wrong were John Gruden's picks. Can't do that. I don't care what they say. They made those decisions collectively together. So all of John Gruden's bad picks, well, Mike Mayock had a piece of that. You know what I'm saying? S.M. Mack, Jim Harbaugh for GM, Eric B as head coach. No, Jim Harbaugh should be the head coach, not a GM. Right? Not a GM. And to me, the situation with Gus Bradley to me is, it's not that Gus Bradley's horrible, right? It's not that Gus Bradley is horrible. It's just that I think you can upgrade there. I believe that Gus Bradley has a lot. He has more pieces on defense than we do on offense, in my opinion, to be successful. And somehow we're still not successful. Has to be better. And I think there's more qualified people out there, better people for that job. Right? Because when you talk about Nate Hobbs, Diablo, you talk about Kuntz, you talk about Merrick, you talk about Max Crosby. I think Yannick is only 26 years old. Mullen is young. Like, you have pieces that should be good. And yet we're not that good at all. If good at all. Because I've just seen enough. I've seen enough of what Gus Bradley is trying to do to say that that's not what I want. That's not what I want. We got some young thoroughbreds out there, and you keep trying to lock them up. You got to let them loose. You got to let them loose. Right? Because you ever think about, let me ask you a question. You ever realize that, and you might say no, but you ever notice that almost every time we blitz, the shit don't work? You ever notice that? Like he don't never blitz, but when he do blitz, it don't work. You ever notice that when he has this weird 3rd and 8 play, it don't never work? Or 3rd and 17, it don't never work? You never noticed that? You know why that is? You know what that tells me? Valerie, since you noticed it, first one I seen it say it. That tells me Gus Bradley don't have no idea what the fuck the other team is doing. It's not good enough to know about football. It's not good enough to be smart. You have to know when to call the plays and when not to call the plays. You have to know when to dial up the blitz and when to go in the zone. You have to know when to go in the man. You have to know when it's supposed to look like zone and be man. Gus Bradley has nothing. He has no idea what the other teams are doing. That's part of why we can't get off the field on 3rd down. Them players can't be that damn bad. I never see quarterbacks audible against us, and they never look flustered in the pocket against us. Gus Bradley has no idea what the other team is doing at all, ever. He don't know when they're going to run it. He don't know when they're going to throw it. It's like he don't even watch tape. Like, yo, we just going to run this defense. That's what I do. So to me, I'm not getting rid of Gus Bradley because he's awful. I'm getting rid of Gus Bradley because I think there's better out there. Savage, appreciate the soup. I disagree. Mark Davis gave Gruden too much power within the organization, and Gus Bradley defense has been known to be garbage year 1. Okay. I'm guessing you're disagreeing with the fact that Mike Mayock. So look. All right. So basically what you're saying is the bad picks was on Gruden and the good picks was on Mayock. And that's that. And Gus Bradley's defense is known to be garbage. But the point is Gus Bradley being a one-trick pony, in my opinion, and Gus Bradley being somebody who's already been known in the league to run very vanilla defenses. You had one shot, man, to get it right. You had a shot to get it right. You had a shot. And you blew it, in my opinion. You blew it. Why has Kuntz not been activated? Man just came in the game and destroyed the offensive lineman and got a sack, and the next play he was on the sideline. Why? I went to the Giants game. Yannick and Max Crosby didn't even play that much on defense. They was out the game almost half the time. Why? Now, when we're talking about giving passes, Gus Bradley is completely getting a pass because nobody expected the defense to look great. We expected the offense to look great. So the defense is going to get a pass because the offense looks so much worse than we thought it was going to look. And the defense is, it's all right. Valerie, what's good? Aaron Burnaby. Hope I said your name right. How much more can we take? Raider Nation for life. We can take it. We can take it. We can take it. If you can take it, you can make it. That's how I was raised. If you can take it, you can make it. Okay? So to me, when you talk about the defense being this and the defense being that, let's just talk about the numbers. 1,200 yards, 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 1,200 Paul Gunther was fired for giving up 28.4 points a game. 28.4 was dead last in the NFL. Dead last in the NFL. Gus Bradley has better players, in my opinion. Gus. Oh, if you could take it, we could make it. That's a hella pause. Y'all hella childish, bro. Hella childish. I think Gus Bradley has better players. Gunther was fired for giving up 28.4 points a game. Gus Bradley is giving up 27.9. Right? Gunther was giving up 28.4. Gus Bradley is giving up 27.9. Right? We are 20th in yards per game, total yards, 13th in pass, 26th against the run. We are 31st in total points, 31st in points per game. We are 25th in takeaways. Why do we keep acting like this defense is good? I know why. Because you just wasn't expecting that much from it. Wasn't expecting that much from it. Right? Now, as terrible as you think the offense is, they still scoring 22 points a game. Now, I'm not saying that's good, but we act like the offense is scoring 4 points a game or something, and the defense has no chance. Well, technically, the offense has no chance if you're giving up 28. It's hard to beat that. Howard said, Honcho, my question is it lack of talent or coaching? I think it's coaching. I think it's coaching. I think it's coaching. I think it's culture. Not coaching. Fuck that. Not coaching. It's culture. The Raiders have a disgusting culture of being losers. Right? Like, I got kids. Like when I was raised, there were certain kids your parents didn't want you to hang with because they was losers. Not because they were poor. Not because they was broke or they had small houses or bad clothes or dirty clothes. No, that didn't make them losers. Their attitude, how they carried themselves, their work ethic, their lack of dedication to anything positive, it made them losers. It was probably people that were capable of doing the most and did the least. You're a loser. Right? This organization has been capable of doing the most, and they seem to always do the least. Losers. Right? That's what it comes down to. So no matter what coaches you have, if those coaches can't change the culture, if those coaches can't somehow break loose of whatever's holding this organization down, it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter what players you bring in here. That's why Randy Moss didn't work here. And everybody thought, oh, Randy Moss, he's washed. And then he goes to the Patriots and becomes a damn MVP candidate. Helps Tom Brady throw 50 touchdowns. Because the culture of New England is success. Culture around the Raiders is pathetic. Losers. Right? And it's not personal. It's professional. They're professional losers. Greg Olsen is a professional loser. Gus Bradley has become a professional loser. So when you take people that are not known for winning and you bring them in, they're not good enough to propel us out of that funk of being losers. John Gruden is a fucking loser. It is what it is. ONT6, before Tom Cable came, the Raiders, he used to coach the offensive line for the Seattle Seahawks. And how did that go? I think it started good. I think he had moments. Appreciate you. I think he had moments. I just find it hard to believe that Mayock can hit on players in the later rounds, but can't figure out draft picks in the first. It's low risk, high reward. You're not expecting much from them. If Henry Ruggs was picked in the second round, nobody would have thought he was a bust his first year. Right? But I'm trying to tell y'all right now. I'm telling you right now. These guys are losers. And nobody wants to say it because that's our team. That's our team. Yeah. I bleed silver and black. But what kind of real person would I be if I didn't admit to what I see? Right? But every now and then, you'll get a collective group together that can will your team. That can will your team. That collective group was John Gruden at 30-something years old. Was Rich Gannon, who was a bum when he played for the Vikings and the Chiefs. Jerry Rice, Tim Brown, Charlie Garner, Tyrone Wheatley, a plethora of defensive guys that ended up with the 6th-ranked defense in the NFL. And yet you have a moment where you're not losers anymore. Right? But in a culture that's so used to it, and let's be fair, the Raiders back in those days weren't synonymous with losing, right? They had runs. But after 2002, it's been a shit show. It's been an absolute shit show. And you thought Carson Palmer could do it? You thought Marcus Tuiasosopo could do it? You went and picked him, right? You thought Terrell Pryor could do it? You thought Jamarcus Russell could do it? You thought Matt McGloin could do it? You thought Connor Cook could do it? Think of these quarterbacks they drafted. And you want to get rid of Derek Carr to go draft a quarterback? They're losers. Losers are going to do what losers do. They're going to fuck it up. So keep Derek Carr, then go draft a quarterback. Let's not forget you got Derek Carr in the 2nd round. So why the fuck do I need to draft a quarterback in the 1st round? Right? So you have to bring a new regime in here that has a culture and who is big enough persona-wise to say, this ain't how we do shit here. This is not how we do shit here. Right? We don't do this shit here no more. When you have Divine Diablo in front of a microphone, who is a rookie, saying, yo, some of these motherfuckers don't even come to practice prepared. It's because they're losers. Divine Diablo don't want to be a loser. That's why he ain't afraid to say it. Some people have been losers so damn long, they don't even know they're losers. Derek Carr. Right? Derek Carr can't even see the shit. He's so used to it, he thinks that's how it's supposed to be. You got to bring somebody in here with enough fortitude to say, this shit is going to stop right now. Mark Davis, I'm not taking no fucking pictures with you ugly motherfucker anyway. Okay? I don't want no pictures. I don't want no headlines. Get the cameras out of training camp. Get the microphones out of here. Get the photographers out of here. Put the black plastic bags over the fence and let's get to work. That's what the Raiders need. That's what the Raiders need. Because even if Derek Carr's a leader, spiritual leader, vocal leader, what the hell can he tell Hunter Renfrow about winning? Hunter Renfrow's already a winner. You can see it. Look how he's performing. As good as we think Darren Waller is, Darren Waller's not a winner. He's a fucking practice squad guy from Georgia Tech. The fuck can he tell somebody about winning? The fuck is he won? Right? Think about it. So when Josh Jacobs is looking around like fucking bums, look at this offensive line. Look at this offensive line. You guys are fucking losers. Losers. That's why the team is the way it is. And to me, that's why when you bring up what has Derek Carr done in 8 years, Derek Carr was brought into a losing system. Derek Carr was brought into a losing culture. And unfortunately, Unfortunately, as much as I love Derek Carr is not a transcending type of athlete. He's not a once in a lifetime athlete that can come and change all that shit. He's not. Doesn't mean he's not good, but he's not the kind of athlete that can just come into an organization and say, this shit stops now. I'll put this shit on my back and we'll get it done. He don't have that. Doesn't mean you can't win with him, but he don't have that. Dwayne B, Jim Khaki Pant Harbaugh as head coach. If you can't get Peyton, he will fix the run game and demand execution at the highest level. He's a proven winner. I like Jim Harbaugh. I'm a Michigan fan. I like Jim Harbaugh. I like it. And I think it's good because it's somebody that a quarterback has to respect. Former quarterback in the NFL. Everybody always talks about John Gruden being a former quarterback. That motherfucker was a third-string quarterback at Dayton when they ran the wing tee. It's not exactly quarterbacking. No disrespect. I ain't play quarterback in college. I'm just saying. But you guys have to understand how deep the roots are. Right? Take people that have been abused and they grow up. Confidence fucked up. Don't think they can do it. Don't think they're as good as everybody else. When you have history, which usually repeats itself as being dysfunctional, you'll just be dysfunctional forever. Forever. Chance Ogden, what's up with it? You can't, and you want to say this, hold people accountable. It's hard to hold people accountable when you can't provide the template of being successful. Right? That's what it comes down to. If you can't provide me a template of how to be successful, then who the fuck are you to hold me accountable? You work at a grocery store. You need help working the register. The motherfucker who fucks up the register is not the one that can tell you shit about it. Like, what is he talking about? You fuck up the register all the time. You have to have somebody who has success at it that can give you a successful template, resume, pedigree to show you how to do it right and can hold you accountable for doing it wrong because they've done it right. Derek Carr has not done shit right enough to hold anybody accountable. He can't go yell at Josh Jacobs for fumbling the football. You know why? Because that motherfucker fumbles all the time. Right? Right? It's what it is. Zay Jones can't go tell Bryan Edwards how to be a number one receiver because, bitch, you're not a number one receiver. That's what happens. That's what happens. I like that M85. If you're not a winner, be a competitor. I think we have a few competitors. But they don't know how to be successful. They don't know how to be successful. And until they can bring somebody in to teach them how to win, trust me, I'm coaching on a team that lost 17 games in a row. It's not because they was ass. But when you lose 17 in a row, in that 18th game, you're up by 3 with 4 minutes left, guess what's going to happen? You're going to fucking lose until you learn how to win those games. They don't have anybody who knows how to win in the NFL right now on their team. As good as Yannick is, it came from a terrible team. Right? That's why I was telling y'all before the season, this team was being built for 22-23. Because they have to learn how to win these games. They have to find a way to win these games. And they were learning to do that when you won 2 of your first 3 games that were overtime games. They were learning how to be successful. But the person that was most successful in the organization left. That was John Gruden. John Gruden's the only one who had the Super Bowl. John Gruden's the only one who had multiple division titles with the Raiders when he was coaching. He was the most successful person in the building. Mark Davis ain't successful. He's the fucking poorest owner in the NFL. He's not successful. right? The most successful guy in the building left, walked out, and took every bit of credibility we had with him, whether you like him or not. Gone. So you got to bring in a new regime, and that's why I say Gus Bradley got to go, because Gus Bradley's not a winner to me. If he was, we would. If he was, you would know it by now. You would know it. You would know it. You would fucking know it. Right? Versace is not a winner. If he was, you would know it by now. Now, we could say Derek Carr's not a winner, but it's my opinion that Derek Carr won games he had no business winning already in his career. He showed us that. He showed us that. Right? You're talking about a guy that doesn't get hurt and stay off the field. He comes back on the field, competitor. I could work with that. You put a decent team around him, he can get you 12-3. I've seen it. But there's no coincidence that the special teams coach continues to kick fucking field goals when you should be trying to get 6 or 7 points. Right? Now, I done been in some fights, and I done got my ass whooped a couple times. But I ain't never been getting my ass whooped and say, you know what, let me just go down so this shit be over. Oh, no, I got to get mines. I got to send you home with something. Shit, I'm losing anyway. Fuck around and pick up a stick, poke you in the eye, something. Laney, what's up? So it's like, you got to do something, man. You can't just take the L and say, well, we're going to lose anyway. Do something, man. Do something. Step the fuck up. Step it up. Gus Bradley's not the answer on defense. I can name 2 guys right now I'd rather have as defensive coordinators. I'd take Raheem Morris. I think that's his name. And I'd take Todd Bowles. I think that's his name too. 2 black-ass dudes. I'd take them over Gus Bradley right now. Because I think that Todd Bowles, first of all, Todd Bowles is a good fucking defensive coordinator. I'd take Todd Bowles right now. With those young Lions we got on that defense, and the one white dude, come on now. Come on now. You don't want to hear my lineup. You don't want to hear my coaching staff. My coaching staff, Bieniemy be the head coach. Leftwich would be the OC. Todd Bowles would be the DC. Tony Dungy to just be the motherfucker that walk around, don't say shit. When you need to borrow a dollar, he got it. Yeah, we be back in black for sure. Fuck that. Somebody said racist. Why? You don't think they qualified? That's fucking racist. They fucking qualified. I'm pretty sure the Cardinals got the 3rd best defense in the NFL. No, Dungy not on the staff. Dungy just the guy that walk around the locker room. He just walk around the locker room. Like, you know what I mean? You need some extra socks or some shit, he probably got it. But Gus Bradley's not it for me. I've seen enough. And I don't want to waste any of our young talent. I don't want to waste Max Crosby and Yannick. I don't want to waste Nate Hobbs. I don't want to waste Mullen. Honcho Rooney. We silver and black. Where the fuck is the black? I'm out here to win games and take your fucking heart. That's what I'm here to do. And if I can't win a game, I'm gonna make sure you feel like you don't want to play me again. Period. Dudes, get the fuck out of here. There's a height requirement to coach here. Get off the fucking team. And Louis Riddick at GM. Shit, boy. This shit look like a fucking... Oh, shit. No, I don't like Doug Peterson. Fuck no. He's not going to move the needle for me. Not going to move the needle for me. You got to kind of have a coach that look like he'll punch you on your shit. That's what you need. These are grown men making millions of dollars. If you're not going to respect me, how can I get you to do what I need you to do? The new Black Panthers party. I'm just saying. Ryan, come on, yo. Watch your mouth, bro. Tell me Ty Bowles wouldn't be better than... What are we talking about? Ty Bowles is a better coach than Gus Bradley. See, the only thing I'm not sure about Bieniemy is Andy Reid is so involved with the play calling there. I'm not sure if Eric Bieniemy is who we think he is, although he was a good running back. Yeah, make sure you hit them likes. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter, all of that good stuff. But I mean, one bright spot to me, man, is Hunter Renfrow. And this is the thing I don't understand, right? Hunter Renfrow in his college career averaged 500 yards a year and 4 touchdowns. That was his average every year. 500 and 4 touchdowns. And now he's top 5 in the NFL in receptions. My question to the Carr distractors out there: how does Derek Carr not get some type of credit for turning a slot receiver into a top 5 pass catcher in the NFL? And some people will say, well, Derek Carr just throws it short and Hunter Renfrow runs. Well, first of all, it's part of his fucking job is to run with the ball. And second of all, he's barely top 15 in yards after catch. Right? So I don't understand, like Derek Carr did with Crabtree, Derek Carr did with Jared Cook, Derek Carr did with Nelson Aguilar, what Derek Carr, in my opinion, did with Hunter with Darren Waller, because no disrespect, but who the fuck was Darren Waller before Derek Carr threw him the ball? So as good as Darren Waller is, how do you not give Derek Carr some of the credit for Darren Waller as well? Because shit, we didn't know who the fuck he was. Right? So how does Derek Carr have none of these number ones that any other quarterback has and somehow could be the top of the league in passing and have Hunter Renfrow out of the slot top 5 in receptions? And you'll say, well, he only throws the ball to Hunter Renfrow. Well, I got some numbers for you. Hunter Renfrow is 5th in the NFL in separation yards. Darren Waller is 7th in the NFL in separation yards. You want to know what Brian Edwards and Zay Jones are? 65 and 67. So what does that tell me? That the only motherfuckers open is Hunter Renfrow and Darren Waller. And when Darren Waller's hurt, guess who's the only motherfucker open? Yeah, you said it. Tiny Tim. He out there. Wide the fuck open. Why not Doug Peterson for head coach? He has won a Super Bowl with less talented QB than Carr. All those other candidates have Super Bowl teams around their quarterback because it's culture. Doug Peterson, in my opinion, doesn't move the culture forward of what the Raiders need to be, not just next year, but for years to come. Do you really think Doug Peterson is like the end-all, be-all of, or the right identity the Raiders want to have? I don't know. Excuse me. So when you talk about having 65 and 67 pass separation, like the yards, separation yards in the NFL, 65 and 67, and then you top that, pause, with a terrible offensive line, how do you expect Derek Carr to be able to get those guys the ball? Dragon, I get all my Cape Carr arguments from you, man. Shit is golden. Appreciate it, man. I'm glad I can help you. It's all for the culture. So this is what I don't understand. This is what I don't understand. Shit, what just happened? Bro, Renfro was a 3-star recruit in high school. Should give him a shot. Raider, and that's what I'm saying. Derek Carr is taking guys that have no business being the guy, and he makes them the guy. David Luna, Honcho, what do you say to all the jabronis that want to do a rebuild? I say that they're all slapdicks in my personal opinion. All right, David. That's aggressive. That's aggressive. But I don't think you need to rebuild because you didn't build shit anyway. Right? You didn't build anything yet. You're building now. This is rebuilding. You rebuild it. You're rebuilding now, and you missed on a couple guys. You missed on Damon Arnett. You missed on Jonathan Abram. You missed on Brian Edwards. You missed. So now you don't rebuild the whole team. You just got to replace those guys. Get another safety. Get a top-notch corner that should have been Arnett but isn't. Get that guy. Go get a top-notch receiver now in free agency, which should have been Edwards. Right? You missed on Leatherwood. Go get a certified offensive lineman now. So you don't need to rebuild the whole thing and have 40 new players next year. You got to replace the guys that you missed on. Right? Like if I go shopping and I buy 10 outfits, and then I get home and realize, well, shit, 4 of the outfits don't fit. I don't get rid of the other 6. I keep those shits. I replace the 4 that don't fit. Right? That's what you got to do right now. You don't throw away the other shit you got. It's good. You just replace the guys you missed on. Oh, shit, I dropped my pen. Oh, that shit bounced mad far. But my dirty ass got pens laying on the floor, so we good. This is what happened. Get rid of Gus Bradley because Gus Bradley don't got no balls. If he did, he would play. They would play different. Players take on the identity of the coach. You think it's a coincidence now that Bisaccia is the head coach and Gus Bradley and Greg Olsen are in the mix more? That the team looks like dog shit, looks soft, pathetic, look like they ain't never awake, look like they never prepared, look like they didn't know they was in a fucking gunfight and all they got is toothpaste. You don't notice that? You don't notice that? They take the identity of the coach. Right? That's just what it is. You got to get rid of Abram. Abrams ain't coming back, man. Abram is done. In my opinion, he's gone. But to me, Tom Cable got to go. Bisaccia got to go. Or put him back on special teams. Special teams wasn't bad. And Gus Bradley got to go. Not because they're bad people or they're terrible coaches. It's just not what we need. It's not what we need. It's not what we need right now. And as much as we're not satisfied with Derek Carr, as much as we're not happy with Derek Carr, he's still only 30 years old. Now, the problem with Gus Bradley and John Gruden is John Gruden sold Gus Bradley on the idea of our offense will score 35 points a game. So your defense will work here. Let's be real. That's what happened. That's what happened. We'll score 30 a game. So you can give up 24. I don't care if it's close, but we'll outscore everybody. Until we don't. Until we don't get Incognito back and we can't run the ball. Until you find out Alex Leatherwood is just Alex trash. Right? Until you find out Henry Ruggs is going to go to jail. Now that defense that's giving up what you told him he can give up, 25, not enough. They didn't bring a defense in to go 3 and out. They didn't bring a defense in to win the turnover battle. They didn't bring a scheme in to beat a team on the defensive side of the ball. They brought a defensive scheme and persona to come in and just keep us in the game. That works. as long as the offense is clicking on all cylinders. But how could the offense click on all cylinders with no Darren Waller? How can it click on all cylinders with no Henry Ruggs, with no John Gruden, the architect of the whole offense? So now your defense looks like shit. It was already shit because it took 3 overtime games to win the half the games we won already. Think drafting Jacobs in the first was a mistake? No, I don't think so. I think blowing up the offensive line was a mistake. You should just got rid of one of those motherfuckers, not all of them. Cheers, what's up? You have to score to win the game. But the less points you give up, the less you have to score. Goes hand in hand. Right? So my point is Gus Bradley don't have to go because he's not good. Gus Bradley has to go because it's not what we need right now. It's not what we need. We need somebody who's going to come in defensive minded, that's going to put pressure on that quarterback, that's going to allow these guys to play man-to-man coverage, that's going to draft guys to play man-to-man coverage, right? As good as Casey Hayward is, he's only good because they don't have to play no fucking man. Right? And I just don't think Gus Bradley has his defense prepared. You can't go 3rd and 17 and give up a 40-yard pass with bringing pressure only from the right side so your quarterback can go to the left and keep the play alive and throw the ball 40 yards downfield. Callie, we don't need Carr as well. Change the game up. Well, Callie, if you wear your hat like that during the game, I understand why you can't see what the fuck is going on. I'll tell you that. What do you mean we don't need Carr? If you don't have Carr, who do you have? When I say get rid of Gus Bradley, I tell you who to bring in. When I say get rid of this guy, I tell you who to bring in. You want to get rid of Derek Carr, tell me who you're bringing in. Because some of y'all think that just because you have an athletic quarterback, you don't need an offensive line. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. You still have to have a competent line in front of you, even if you're athletic. But damn, Callie. And Callie, I see you all over the place. I know you don't fuck with Carr. I know you don't fuck with Carr. So let me ask you this, Callie. Wilson has won less games than Derek Carr this year, no? What's their record? What's Seattle's record? What's Seattle's record? Can somebody tell me? Can somebody tell me what Seattle's record is? Seattle's record is 5-8. So you want to bring Russell Wilson here, who's on a 5-8 team. How can it be 5-8? That's a lot of games. I guess so. So you want to bring Russell Wilson in, and that's your answer? Now, my question is the Raiders have the 21st pass block win rate. 21st. And everybody will say, well, Seattle's line is bad. That's why Russell Wilson is struggling. The Raiders have the 21st pass block win rate. Seattle has the 13th. So Seattle's line actually pass blocks better than the Raiders line. So what the fuck is Russell Wilson going to do here? Bringing up a Super Bowl is super irrelevant. That's super irrelevant. I don't understand how that applies to this argument. Now, we already talked about logic. I just want to know what Wilson... I don't give a fuck what Wilson did for the Seahawks What is Wilson going to do for the Raiders on this team? And you'll say, oh, well, he'll bring in these guys. He'll bring in those fucking guys for Carr. It ain't like Russell Wilson is fucking Kyler Murray. He's not running a 4-4. Come on now. Now, you mean to tell me he has a better offensive line on pass plays and has Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf, and they won less games than the Raiders? Boy, if you don't shut the boy, go home. Go home. Go home. Okay? Because that Super Bowl win don't mean shit when they 5-8 right now. So why does it mean shit when I compare him to what Derek Carr is doing on the Raiders? Tell me. Now, you can bring the whole Wilson argument up to people that hate Carr, because that argument will work there. It ain't going to work over here because we only talking facts. If he's getting fucking sacked on that offensive line, which is better than the Raiders' offensive line, then what is he going to do here? Or better yet, give Derek Carr, DK Metcalf, and Tyler Lockett, and give Russell Wilson, Zay Jones, and Brian Edwards, and tell me what it's going to look like. Tell me what it's going to look like. Too many checkdowns. He has to check it down when the blitz is on him. Imagine if he just took all those sacks. You act like he's checking it down from a wide open pocket. He's checking it down when he's getting pressured. We're not doing this, yo. We're not going to do this tonight. We're not going to do this tonight. Because look, if I hate, let's say I hate an actor. I was talking to my mom about this earlier. Let's say I hate an actor and he's in a movie. I hate the actor already before the movie starts. What am I going to do? I'm going to find things about the movie I hate just because I hate the actor. You P-brains hate Derek Carr so much that you watch the games looking for something to hate. And it'll be checkdowns. It'll be fumbles until he don't fumble no more. Right? It'll be Derek Carr doesn't run until he leads the team in rushing yards a game and has great runs against Dallas Cowboys. Then it'll be something else. You guys don't like Derek Carr. I get it. But don't come talk to me about football based on how you feel about a player. Because you don't like Derek Carr, you're going to find things that he does that fucking bother you. It'll be in the press conference how, well, he don't never call out his teammates. So fucking what? What does that have to do with the fact that the O-line don't block? Or the defense gave up 30? Or Josh Jacobs fumbles? What does him calling him out have anything to do with those things? It doesn't. It has everything to do with you because you have a personal problem with the guy. How can you have a personal problem with somebody you never met? It's crazy. Dan, appreciate the super. Russell Wilson won a Super Bowl when he had a top 2-3 defense. He won't have that here. Trading multiple draft picks and paying him $40 million ain't it. No. And let's not forget that Russell Wilson would have 2 Super Bowls if he didn't throw a fucking interception on the 2-yard line. Could you imagine Derek Carr losing the Super Bowl by throwing an interception on the 2-yard line? Fuck that. If he lost any game throwing an interception on the 2-yard line. Y'all got to stop playing with me. Y'all got to stop playing with me. Carr's not perfect. I think Carr needs to play better. I'll keep saying that. And I'll keep saying I'd rather win with anybody than lose with Carr. So it's not about Derek Carr. Derek Carr just happens to be my quarterback. It's just like look, listen. Carr will go 3 and out. Then at least, what do you mean Carr will go 3 and out? Oh, he will go 3 and out on the 2-yard line? You're bugging. Carr is very inconsistent. But my question to you is, Alex, and I'm not here to disagree with you. Carr is too inconsistent. Tell me what around Carr has been consistently good. I don't understand. Like this is what I'm saying, because you don't like him. You'll find little things to make an argument about. So what if Carr is inconsistent? I agree. But what around him is consistent enough for him to be consistent? 5 head coaches, offensive coordinators, never no real number 1 wide receivers outside of Amari Cooper, which was gone after 2 years, so that's not consistent. The man's has nothing around him but consistently been the only thing that's consistently giving us a chance to win games. Use your noggin. Use your noggin. We already talked about how consistently bad the Raiders organization has been, but your beef with Derek Carr is that he's inconsistent? What are we talking about? MD can't afford a rebuild. He has 2 loans to repay. Yeah, I agree. We don't need to rebuild. You don't need to rebuild. You don't need to rebuild. You need to replace the people you missed on. That's it. If you can upgrade from Derek Carr, do it. So please don't just watch pieces you want to hear and say, oh, you just love Derek. If you can get a better quarterback than Derek Carr, then do it. But if your argument against Derek Carr is Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, 2 once in a lifetime, once in generation type quarterbacks, then what the fuck is your argument based on? What is it based on? Elmatic, he holds the ball too long. He holds the ball too long. So that's your beef with Derek Carr. He holds the ball too long. Okay. That seems like a good reason to fucking get rid of him because he holds the ball too long. But you want him to be able to see the guys downfield, right? You don't want him to check it down because listen. This is how this shit gets me. You mad that he checks it down, but also mad that he holds the ball too long. Well, in order for him to get the ball out quick, he would have to throw short. If you want him to throw long, he has to hold the ball longer. If the receivers don't get separation, he has to hold the ball even longer. So the shit that you're saying don't make no sense to people like me. It's not because I'm stupid, because I will agree. I will admit that I am one of Dean's List in college. So I'm not stupid. All right, I got some common sense. But I'm not understanding how you could get mad if he throws it quick and short and then also be mad that he takes too long by trying to throw it deep. Let me relax. I was at the Giants game. Those receivers was not getting open. Neek, 3 and outs. You got to say something more than that, baby. What you talking about 3 and out? How about the defense go get a fucking 3 and out? Who's horrible against the blitz? The Raiders' offensive line? You're right, they are. All right, here we go. Hold on, that's not what I'm looking for. What Callie say? Callie. Where'd he go? Okay, I see the horrible against the blitz. Yeah, offensive line is horrible against the blitz, but I know you're trying to say Carr. But I'm not entertaining that shit, honestly. I don't know where your comment went. 3rd and 17, turn to 40 yards. I know that's Derek Carr's fault. But look how fucking long Patrick Mahomes held the ball. Nobody talks about that. How long these quarterbacks that we go against hold the fucking ball. Heineke held the ball forever. But he could find somebody open because our defense is fucking ass. But when our quarterback holds the ball too long, it's a fucking problem. Y'all bugging. Look, Derek Carr is actually one of the highest rated quarterbacks going against the blitz. So what are you talking about? When DC gets extended, he will have a lot of juice. Yeah, probably. I just don't understand how you could say that. DC is one of the top quarterbacks against the blitz. But if you're saying his offensive line is bad and he's bad against the blitz, well, damn. Why are you just mad at him? And then you'll say Elmatic. Elmatic, the L is perfect for you because you're taking mad L's tonight trying to lead you on the wrong fucking site. Because I go back and forth with you all night about this shit. Carr cannot extend plays. Carr cannot extend plays. Where's your proof? Because I saw him numerous times extend plays against Kansas City, actually running sideways and throwing the ball sideways for a first down to get in the red zone. I've seen him extend plays years and years. What do you mean he can't extend plays? He didn't extend plays against Dallas Cowboys multiple times? Huh? What are you talking about? Everyone forgot that Zay dropped a 60-yard touchdown from Carr. Yeah, 60-yarder from Carr. Yeah, that's a fact. But what is Elmatic talking about? Carr can extend plays. Carr just doesn't extend plays consistently. But it's also extending plays is not just when a whole bunch of guys in your face, you can escape them. Extending plays often comes down to your offensive line giving you lanes to move up in the pocket, move side in the pocket. There's blocking schemes for lines to know how to do that. Our line doesn't. Watch Patrick Mahomes. When he extends plays, it's not because, oh, nobody's blocking. No, they're blocking guys to a certain side of the field so he can extend it to the other side of the field. Elmatic. Do you not understand how that shit works? Offensive lines allow you to extend plays sometimes because they are taught to block to certain levels and open up certain lanes for you to extend the play. Bro, the entire Raiders team is horrible, to include the organization. I've been a fan since '88. Well, I'm older than you. So I've been a fan longer than you. So just because you're a fan a long time don't give you the right to come up here and just say shit that's only half true. Now you saying it's true. The entire Raiders team is horrible. Okay, you should have started with that. And then you should have said on top of that, Carr doesn't extend plays enough. I'd have been fine with that. But you guys can't come in here with these one-sided, oh, he don't extend plays. No, he does. Just not as much as you want him to. Daniel jumped on late. How much would you realistically give Carr so that we would still be able to build a team around him? I think Carr would take less money. Oh, all right. Well, look, Elmatic, you older than me. But I've been a fan longer if you've been a fan since '88. But you older than me. And I respect you because in your picture, you look like you got a white tee on. I respect anybody that still rock white tees because you know that's my shit. But listen, you can't come in here and just say these one-sided pieces of the story. It don't work like that. Now we can talk about, you want to say Diablo balled out. Diablo balled out, but he also gave up 5 passes on 5 targets. So because he looked better than you thought he might look, doesn't mean he balled out. I thought he played well. But goddamn, we hold Derek Carr to such a high standard, and everybody else can just do the bare minimum and get your respect and accolades. Right? Nobody wants to blame Hunter Renfrow for fumbling that ball. Nobody wants to blame Moreau for causing that interception. But we're going to blame Carr for holding on the ball too long. Come on, guys. 8 year, 1 year is why. What's that mean? Now you talking in riddles. You can't argue with me straight up. So now you got to post riddles and shit. Randy, I know he's only a rookie, but come on, man. It is what it is. You shoot up on Sundays, you get graded like everybody else. I'm not mad at him, but keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. Eduardo, what's up with it? Oh, shit. Okay. They thought we were getting the Legion of Boom. Yeah. We ain't getting no Legion of Boom. My man said that 08 said, preach. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. His receivers hurt Carr, definitely. See, you got a whole nother. We got a whole nother day. We see now my man got a whole nother you got Elmatic that changed his tone a little bit. What's up, Ray? We lose it because them old heads still in charge. We need a new generation to run the franchise, young staff. Yo, Ray, I don't know if you've been here from the beginning, but I went on a whole tangent about this. Whole tangent. It's for the culture. Fuck coaching. We need culture. That's what I'm about. That's what I'm about. When the culture is at a certain standard, you just bring guys in and just follow suit. Follow suit. My man said we have to stop being blinded by our loyalty. Doc said it best. I've never been blinded before. I've never been blinded. I keep it a bean. I keep it a bean 24/7. I'm a fan of the Raiders just like everybody else, but I'm seeing what I'm seeing. And it, like I've always told people, when you see somebody's true colors, it's not your job to repaint them. I'm seeing the true colors of this franchise. I've seen the true colors of these teams, these players. I'm not going to sit out here and do nothing else but call it like I see it. Now, if you bring a disagreement to me and you got valid points, I'm going to respect it. But a lot of y'all are just giving me opinion-based arguments with no evidence to back it up. Derek Carr extended plays against Kansas City. Derek Carr extended plays against Dallas. Derek Carr does extend plays, so you gotta come with a little more than that. I'm done with Abram. How you gonna be a secondary and can't cover? That's basics. Well, to be fair, he's not a cover safety, and he was a bad pick. I think Jonathan Abram was a good player, but for some reason, Gus Bradley doesn't know how to use him. Gus Bradley doesn't know how to use him. And it's probably because he's a tweener. He's big enough to be he's not big enough to be a linebacker, but he's too big to be like a safety. He's like right in the middle. Just a bad pick. Just a bad pick. So you got to replace him. You got to replace him with somebody who can cover. And I will say that as good as Trayvon Merrick is, we're not even close to the tip of the iceberg with Trayvon Merrick because he's playing out of position. Trayvon Merrick is out of position. Jay said, where would I start? Where would I start with what? Where would I start with what? Greg Olsen is gone. Greg Olsen is going, and I will beat him up on the way out. He's going, and I will beat him up. Where I would start is re-establishing our identity as a franchise. And you do that by hiring people in the higher up positions. Right? That's where I would start. That's where I would start. I would start with re-establishing my identity as a franchise, and then I would draft players that fit my identity. That's what I would do. And we would move like that. Everything we did would fit the identity of the brand of my franchise. I wouldn't just be going getting guys based on their names or even necessarily based on their resume. I'm going to get guys based on what do you bring to the table as far as fitting in with our identity, our culture, our movement. That's how I would do it. I'm from the streets. Now, when I had to put a little team together to move a couple things, I didn't care what grades you got in school in gym class. I might needed your grades in math class. So you didn't have to be the best athlete to come play on my team. You had to know measurements, weights, and mathematics when it comes to money. And you build your movement like that. So your team got to be strong. And then the higher ups you put in place, they start to go get their little guys in place, following our brand, our movement, our culture. That's what the Raiders have to do. Do you think a good head coach would want to come to Vegas? Yeah, I think Vegas is a big draw for a coach. Yo, Terrence, what's up? You could get a young head coach, but if you get a young head coach, the young head coach has to have something special. It can't just be because he's young. Daniel, appreciate the super. The culture of this franchise wouldn't be having more visiting fans in the stands than our fans. Right? I'd rather play in front of no fucking fans than have the away team making more noise than us. I'll turn the fucking speakers up. I don't want to hear you bitches. You kidding me? Another team scored a touchdown. I will have the stereo up. Boo! I don't want to hear you bitches. Wavy, appreciate you. Would you get rid of Waller? What you think we could get for him? Seems like he don't want to play for this organization anymore. No. I think you sit Waller down and you say, look, now you're a part of the process of turning this shit around. Is that something you want to be a part of? If not, then you move him. But we gave you a new lease on life, Playboy. You could give us a couple years to rebuild this franchise. Ahmed, appreciate the super. Jim Harbaugh's buyout is only $4 million. Do you think he's the next head coach? I don't think he's the next head coach, but I give him a look. But I'm not in the business of just getting rid of shit because I might get something in return. Nah, I'm good. I'm okay with that. I'm good with what I have. I sit him down. I sit Darren Waller down and I say, look, man, I know things been rough here. And you got all right in the world to not want to be here. But we got some guys coming in. And we want you to be a part of the movement going forward. That the Raiders not only be good this year, but we could be good for the next 10, 15 years. You want to be a part of that? You want to be a part of that? Come on now. Legacy over resume. You want to be a part of the legacy of rebuilding this shit? I'm all about being part of the groundwork. And understand the first person through the wall is always going to get more blood on them. I'm okay with that. I never had a problem being the first person through the wall. I know I'm going to take criticism. I know I'm going to take some flack. I know what comes along with being the first one through. But then the homies behind me get up there and they live right. You know what I'm saying? So Derek Carr, Darren Waller, Josh Jacobs, y'all the first ones through the wall. It's going to be messy. There's something you want to be a part of. But I'm bringing some guys in that's ready to turn this shit around. I like Josh McDaniels, but not as a head coach. Fuck that. Fuck that. To be a fly on the wall in Mark Davis's office. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be in his office. That motherfucker, like, he stink. Something from the hills have eyes looking motherfucker. Waller was top 3 last season. This season, top 15. I mean, he ain't really played. He ain't been healthy. He ain't been healthy. So I'm just saying, it's not about the players you bring in. Because no matter how good Devontae Adams is, when things are going well, he'll be good. But when your past comes back up and repeats itself in the historical fashion of the Raiders being losers, dealing with bad refs and bad luck and players doing this and coaches do, that's part of almost a systemic, right? It's their system. It's the Raiders system at that point. What's gonna go wrong will go wrong. What can go wrong will go wrong. You gotta have players who can withstand that. Can't be just coming here for a check. Jay Rice didn't come here for a check. Rich Gannon didn't come in for a check. Now, of course, they got paid. But they came here to be a part of something that was like, yo, 20 years from now, they're going to talk about this team. That's why they talk about Rich Gannon. Rich Gannon ain't that damn good. But he was part of something. Him individually wasn't that good. But when that whole thing was together, they was a part of something that was special. And you can't just get players to replace that. It's got to be the whole thing. And when you keep moving from Oakland to LA to Oakland to Vegas, you're going to lose a little bit of that. Vegas don't have that same persona that Oakland had or even LA had. You got to build it. So you got to bring the right guys in that'll bring the right players in. If you bring the players in without the right guys running it, it don't matter. It don't fucking matter. Rob, appreciate the super. Should we draft O-line or should we trade for some dogs? I think you do a little bit of both. I would draft offensive linemen. I would draft offensive linemen and D linemen if I can't get a certified guy in free agency. But you're not going to get those guys in free agency unless you got a plan in place that puts them at ease, knowing they're going to sacrifice something. They're going to have to sacrifice something to build something. Right? 3 years ago, I went back to the high school I played for. I volunteered. I didn't get paid. I volunteered for 2 years. I didn't get paid because I sacrificed a paycheck because I wanted to be a part of something that people would talk about years down the road. And 2 years later, I'm the defensive coordinator right now. So you got to be willing to sacrifice something. Maybe you don't get all the interviews on ESPN. Maybe you don't get the Madden cover. Maybe you don't get those things. But you get to be a part of something bigger than that. You got to get those players in here. You got to get those guys in here. I think John Gruden had a piece of that. But John Gruden wanted to be the guy to make every decision. Like Kanye said, no one man should have all that power. Can't have it. You got to delegate some of that. And when you bring the right guys in, they know how to do that. The fact of the matter is John Gruden didn't trust Gus Bradley. Right? John Gruden didn't trust Greg Olsen. That's why he felt like he had to micromanage them. You got to bring guys in who trust each other to get the job done. Yeah, I feel like I could call offensive plays, but my man is the offensive coordinator of the high school team I coach on. I trust him to call the right play. I don't run over to him, hey, man, what the fuck, man? You should go ahead and do this. Because you know what? He better not come to me and tell me what to do. You better trust that I'm going to do my job. Got to get the right guys in before you get the right players in. What do you feel our biggest need is? Right now, it's got to be offensive line, interior D-line, wide receiver. That's our big three right now. No, you know what's weird? You know who John Gruden did trust? Derek Carr. John Gruden trusted the shit out of Derek Carr. And that's why Derek Carr got better every year John Gruden was there. Because the more he trusted him, the more he gave him. And Derek Carr started building that confidence. Derek Carr's a good talent, but Derek Carr needs to have somebody he can look up to and somebody he can prove that I am what I am. I am what you thought I was. Right? John Gruden trusted Derek Carr. He gave him a lot of responsibilities. When you take that away, it's only right that some guys are going to be different. Some guys are going to look different. If he didn't trust them, they wouldn't have been there. That's not true. That's not true. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? He don't need a father figure. He need a big bro. He need a big bro. Harbaugh would be great for Derek Carr. But I don't think Harbaugh will be great for what our movement is going forward and what it's going to take to change the culture. I don't know if Jim Harbaugh's enough. You think Devontae Adams would be that motive? No, I don't. I don't. I think he could be a piece of it. I think Devontae Adams could be a guy in the locker room to help those wide receivers on how to be successful. But Devontae Adams has only really known success. He hasn't had to face much adversity, in my opinion. Marvin Brown, what you mean? So who is? So who is to what question? And I'm a Michigan guy, so I love Harbaugh. But I don't think Harbaugh to me doesn't get along with enough people to have that environment that is conducive to winning and changing a losing culture and atmosphere. Callie, I'm not a fan of Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney is very flawed. And even if Cambosa doesn't beat him, he did. I mean, I don't. Devin Haney's not the guy to me. I like Shakur way better than him. Oh, the coach to bring it together. I think before you can go to coach to bring it together, you got to have a GM to bring it together. And I think Louis Riddick is the guy. I like Tank. I don't think Tank beats Loma though. I think Louis Riddick is the guy because I think Louis Riddick could sit down with you and talk to you, and you'll know exactly what he means. You'll know exactly what he's saying. You'll know exactly what to expect from him. I think John Gruden sits you down in a meeting and tells you one thing just to get you in here. And then you're in here and it's like, oh, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. And I just think that Louis Riddick gives us that credibility. Obviously, he's a former Raider. He knows what that mystique is. He knows what those expectations are. I just think Louis Riddick personifies what the GM should look like for the Las Vegas Raiders. Maybe not for the Oakland Raiders, but for the Las Vegas Raiders. Smooth brother like that, well-dressed, speaks well. He can improve his argument without raising his voice. Smart, intelligent. I think that's the type of guy you want in those positions. Somebody who knows he might not know the answer to everything, but is willing to bring the guys in who can get him the right answers. Haney's defense is horrible. He keeps his head right on the line when he throws every punch and when he's backing up. That's why who's old boy that rocked his ass a couple times. Damn, I can't remember his name. Older dude though. All right, man. I've been here for. Let's stay on for like 20 more minutes, man. So get your questions in, yo. Get your questions in. I did a lot of talking, did a lot of rant. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raider Honcho. Take notes, Mark Davis. I wish I could sit down with these fools. Oh, Linares. Yeah, that's who it was. Linares almost put his punk ass down. Nah, it was Linares. What about the OC Moore for head coach? See, Kellen Moore to me just nah, just not for me. Not for me. Not saying he can't beat a guy. No, not Gamboa. It was Linares that almost bodied Devin Haney. Kellen Moore just not it for me. He's not the guy that's just like, oh yeah, now we ready. Now we ready. Just doesn't, and it's not because he's not a good coach. Remember when the Cavs had Blatt? The Cavs had hired that coach Blatt, Russian dude. He's mad smart. He knew basketball, this and that. Couldn't do shit. They had to go get Tyronn Lue. Somebody who you didn't know was qualified, wasn't a great player, all these other things. But Tyronn Lue was the right fit. So it's not that I don't think Kellen Moore's a good coach or anything like that. I just don't think he's the right fit for what we need. Thoughts on Byron Leftwich as head coach? Again, I don't know if he's head coach material for the Las Vegas Raiders. I would let him be OC though. I mean, he would be a guy I would interview for head coach. Don't get it twisted. Tony Romo, are you fucking smoking dope? I don't know if I think Allen Robinson is going to be 1 year too late by the time we get him. I'm 3 steps away from being Louis Farrakhan. Oh, that shit is funny, man. Y'all motherfuckers be having me rolling. All these boxing questions, man. I might have to start me a boxing channel, man. I ain't tanking for no draft. I would take Riddick as GM. Oh, I love Deion Sanders, man. Oh my God. See, and that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm so glad you said. I would rather Deion Sanders to me is more of a head coach than Kellen Moore. Because I don't need Deion Sanders to call plays. I don't need Deion Sanders to call plays. I need Deion Sanders to speak to the motherfuckers and make them want to run through a wall for him. I would love Deion Sanders to be the head coach of the Raiders. And then you can let Leftwich be the OC. Todd Bowles be the DC. I'll let Ron Miles be the DB coach. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that, y'all? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Oh shit. That's funny, man. Y'all funny. Deion Sanders would be fire, bro. I'm telling you right now. Could you imagine The swag the defense would have. He don't even got to coach the defense. Just him being in the room. Andre versus Canelo Alvarez. Mike Tomlin for head coach. I don't. I'm not Mike Tomlin for head coach. Boo Boo versus Canelo would be a great fight. Great fight. I would want to see Boo Boo versus Caleb Plant first though. I love the Deion Sanders for fucking head coach. Because it's just that step. That's what I'm talking about. That and he's not a loser. What did I? If we go all the way back to the beginning, what did I say? You gotta bring in guys that aren't losers. He don't have to have a coaching resume. Deion Sanders is a fucking winner. Deion Sanders wins every day, and you know he be praising the Lord. So him and Derek Carr. How can Boo be overrated when he don't ever get to fight nobody? Chip Kelly, oh hell fucking no. I don't want none of those beaver looking, short, fat, stubby, hand all the way in the Pringles can looking motherfuckers over here. I don't want that. Deion Sanders is overrated and soft. Come on, Playboy. You ain't even had to do all that. Just one of the greatest football players to ever live. Not even corners, football players. I would hire Ed Reed from the U to coach DBs. I don't know, man. I like Ed Reed. But if you're going to do that, then you got to bring in fucking Ray Lewis to coach linebackers. Head coach Deion or Charles Woodson. Oh, Deion. Deion always has the right thing to say at the right time. That's what you need to be a head coach. Just like you need to be a comedian, you got to have timing. Deion Sanders always knows what to say, when to say it. And he's a winner. He just won at Jackson State, no? Didn't they just have like the best year ever? Bruh. No, keep Romanowski away from me. I don't fuck with him. Nah, Tim Brown ain't a head coach. Nope. I missed your super. Don't worry, I got you. I think I saw it. I already read that one. What the fuck you talking about? I got you. Who do you think are real candidates? I think Dabo Sweeney, Jim Harbaugh, Brian Leftwich, Eric Bieniemy, Josh McDaniels. Did I already say Doughboy? That fat motherfucker Doughboy. And then who's gonna be available. Doug Peterson is a candidate. I think there's gonna be a list of 15, 20 coaches. Check on Spotlight. What happened to Spotlight? Oh, Leftwich, yeah. Todd Bowles. I don't know if Todd Bowles would be a candidate. I don't know why he would leave. They got a good thing going over there, but Raheem Morris. Who's the defensive coordinator for the Ravens? Martindale. Is that his name? I think he would be a candidate. So there's gonna be a couple. Honcho, how do you feel about Diablo and Kuntz? I feel like you ask me this every time I'm live. I think Kuntz looks better than Diablo. I mean, because to me, Kuntz is making plays. Diablo is just like players are running into him. You know what I'm saying? Like he's at a linebacker, so he's gonna make tackles. He can't cover for shit, though. He gave up 5 out of 5 targets. Right? So yeah, I think Kuntz he got a motor. I think Charlo's overrated. Spotlight game. What? Chris, come on, bro. Don't be saying shit like that. Is my man straight though? What's going on? I ain't see that. I ain't heard nothing. Spotlight. Well, he live right now. What's going on? He straight? What y'all talking about? I know he was talking about stepping away. Yeah, I don't know why they keep talking about Spotlight like that. Oh, Amazing Blue, what's up? Oh, he's stepping away from mental. Yeah, man, this shit is rough. Shit, like a week ago, I was fucking damn near in the hospital, bro, over stressing. I don't know where it came from. What? I think he live right now. Yeah, I see that he's live, but I ain't watching it. Pray for Spotlight. Is it helpful? He healthy? I'll check on him. My vertigo. Oh my god. No, my vertigo was a separate situation. And then um and then I just was having some issues like a week straight, bro. Like dizzy, couldn't breathe, all kind of crazy shit. COVID has many faces. I bet not be COVID. I already had COVID and I'm vaxxed. Shit. That shit better back the fuck up. But yeah, man, I got 14 minutes, man. Get your questions in, yo. Yeah, just I mean, like, yo, we don't you still coaching basketball? Yeah, I coach basketball Saturday mornings. Saturday mornings, man. My son, little Honch, boy, that motherfucker is balling. That motherfucker is balling right now, yo. Sounds like anxiety. Yeah, it probably was, yo. It probably was. Just stressed. Though. I got a lot of shit going on, man. I got mad shit going on. How years should we sign a new head coach? How many years? I don't know, 4 or 5. What defense would you like to see the new coordinator? I'm okay with the 4-3 if you got a legit middle linebacker. Lifting weights to me. Yo, I went running tonight for the first time too, bro, in like a year, bro. I was about to fucking fall out. Going forward, do you think Morrow, White, and Diablo will play together at all? I think Morrow's probably gone. Who you want as head coach? Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders. Who you want to go after at wide receiver? Not named Adams. Chris Godwin. DJ Shark. Boneless or bone in? Oh, bone in. Pause. I thought y'all was trolling about spot. I'm gonna have to go see what's going on with my boy. Who would you extend that's worth a big contract? Renfro, Crosby. Who else is in that class? I'm not extending Abram. Josh Jacobs might get an extension. Oh, I eat flats, Quentin. Damn, my boy Spotlight going through it, huh? I'm gonna go over there and see what's up. Dion did exactly what you was talking about. Change the culture. That's what. See, Jason. That's what I'm talking about. I don't just be saying shit to be saying it. I don't be just saying it. Just say it. What team you hate the most? Fucking Chiefs. What you think about? You think about Mayak bringing in his coaching staff and sticking with DC? I'd be fine with that, but it got to be the right guys. It got to be the right guys. Would you let Yannick walk after seeing what Coach came up? Nah. Yannick is 26 years old, bro. Yeah. I got 11 more minutes, yo. I'm gonna hit the 2 hour mark. I'm gonna hit the 2 hour mark. Then I'm gonna go see what Spotlight got going on. Yo, Ryan, what are you talking about, bro? Get the fuck out of here, son. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, bro? Spotlight is a human being, bro. We support all humans, man. What you talking about? Honcho gets plain because mild is too spicy. I don't fuck with spicy food. Dion bringing in that one thought to speak to the team. Yo, that's what I'm saying, bro. Yo, Dion know what time it is. Dion know what time it is. I'm applying. I'm starting a petition. We got to get the signatures, yo. Deion Sanders needs to be the next head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. What are your thoughts on Crosby getting more flags and sacks? Some of those flags are bullshit. Some of those flags are bullshit for sure. I need some food. I'm fucking hungry. You're talking about flats and shit. Beef tamale. I never had a tamale, man. We already went over this. Deion Sanders would change the fucking culture. He would change the culture for sure. Who are your free agent targets for next season? Right now, I'm just looking at wide receiver. So I'm thinking that, like I said, I'm thinking of Chris Godwin. I don't even know if he's a free agent, but I want Chris Godwin, DJ Shark, Devontae, somebody like that. Came out of this trans and stepping away for a while. Good for him, man. Good for him. Fuck that. Fuck what y'all talking about. Good for that boy. Spotlight, y'all support you, fam. I support you. You don't gotta hide shit. Jason Garrett, hell no. Oh, Gallup, yep. Yes, absolutely Gallup, yep. Yeah, yo, I don't know what's up with Ryan, yo. He got to get up out of here, yo. Gallup and Chris Godwin. Oh my gosh, bro, that would be so fire. This Raider season's been wild. I don't know, I don't know if I can do another season as a Raider YouTuber though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know if I can. Good for you, Spotlight. Hold it down, bro. Don't bail. I don't know, man. This shit is hard, bro. These L's be hurting. How should we need you as a fan base? Nah. Who do you want for coordinators? Defensive coordinator Todd Bowles, offensive coordinator Brian Leftwich, head coach Deion Sanders. Now I ain't gonna switch to boxing. I might start a boxing channel with my bros though. Me and my brothers, we love boxing. We might do that. I wouldn't mind Jim Harbaugh, but I just don't know if he's the guy to do what we need to get done. We're not in it for a year or two. We're in it for the long haul. We gotta get this shit right. Marvin Lewis, no thank you. No thank you. This has been my first year doing YouTube. This has been absolutely crazy. Absolutely fucking crazy. Absolutely fucking crazy. How much to get Dion from? I don't know, man. As long as his son's there, could you imagine he draft his son to the Raiders? Honcho, he isn't leaving, and you know it. Oh, Harbaugh. I don't know. He finally beat Ohio State, man. That might have been it. I feel we only need to invest in O-line and wide receiver. Nah, that's not true. We got to get legit linebackers. Got to get another corner. You're gonna need another safety. That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah. We need winners. We need winners. We need people that are gonna win. We need people that want to win. Christian Kirk, nah, he would be like a Zay Jones to me. I'm getting mad text messages right now. And I'm fucking hungry. I'm starving. I'm about to eat a bowl of cereal. Yeah, we need people that are gonna put this franchise on their back and rebuild the culture, reestablish the identity of what it is to be a Raider. And now that it's the Vegas Raiders, it's like you get to build a. Oh shit, my camera about to die. Fuck. Well, that's that. So with that being said, I'm about to get the fuck up out of here. My camera blinking like a motherfucker. Kirk can track the ball. He won me he actually won me my fantasy game last night. I'm gonna rechange this battery and stay on for this extra 5 minutes. For some reason, I want this 2 hours bad. So just stay there, all right? I know you ain't gonna be able to see shit, but I ain't left. Y'all probably can still hear me and shit. These weak ass batteries. Somebody super chat me $80 so I can go buy a new fucking battery adapter. Batteries is trash. All right, Honcho, good show. Oh, y'all bouncing. Missing Nelson Aguilar. It don't matter. We need the block. We missing Hudson. We missing Good. We missing Gabe. We missing a lot of things. Chance, appreciate you. 3 minutes and 50 seconds, y'all. Get them questions in. Get them questions in. I would, but it's expensive here in Cali. What about T.Y. Hilton? Nah, washed. He's too old. He's like he's a couple years too old, man. We need to get that young energy that's still like ready to get it popping. Self-made, that's true, but Max is also being held a lot, and there's more ways to affect. Sign or draft a QB if we did draft which one. I think you can draft a QB, and I don't know, man. I think if you're drafting a QB, you're drafting a guy that's gonna sit behind Carr for a year or two. Nobody's gonna be ready to go right now. Not with this team as it's built right now. I like DJ Shark. I think it's Shark though. Juju, hell no. Fuck out of here. Hell to the no. What made Rodney Hudson want to leave the Raiders? I think they tried to lowball him. I think they were trying to tell him to take a pay cut or something. Finally, someone who speaks the truth. Love to hear. Appreciate you, Robert. I could be wrong, but he's a dog that's in the doghouse. What? TJ Hushmanzada. O-line is definitely number one priority. I think O-line. See, that's the thing is we could get an O-line in the draft. We can go heavy O-line in the draft. We got 7 picks. We can get some O-line guys and interior defense, right? We need defensive tackle, a stud defensive tackle, right? But as far as wide receivers, I would feel better getting a wide receiver like in free agency. So somebody who's established that I know is going to get the job done. Cut Abram out of here. Abram out of here. You could bring in any safety to pretty much do what he do. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I'm hungry. I ain't got shit to eat. I ain't got no damn. That's the only thing about going bad or going on at 9 o'clock. It'd be too late to get food afterwards. DT out of Georgia. I don't know if he's gonna be around for us. I know Scout telling y'all that he's overrated. I know Scout always be saying he's overrated, but I mean he's probably still better than Hankins. Right. All right, guys. I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I really meal prep. I can't meal prep, man, because I don't reheat. I don't reheat shit like that. Like if I make ground beef and shit, I can't reheat it. Or if I cook chicken, I can't reheat it. So I just got to eat it then, then cook again later. Corey Davis is a beast. But yeah, man, that's it, man. That wraps up another episode of the Honcho Report. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raider Honcho. I appreciate y'all for sliding through. Anybody that donated, anybody that super chatted, appreciate y'all, man. And yo, this shit ain't over yet, man. I believe we win the next two, and then we hold our cards in our own hand. We'll see what happens, man. But shout out to everybody that pulled up. I know it's still early out there on the West Coast. So do what you do, smoke, drink. I don't give a damn. Do what you got to do, but do it safe, man. And yeah, as always, man. Raider Honcho out. Oh, Silver and Black 831. Oh, should I even end the broadcast? I tried to shout you out. Did you hear it? Damn, I tried to shout you out, man. I don't know if it even went through. Yeah, enjoy all the live streams you can, man. Because I don't know if I'm be doing this shit next year, yo. This shit bring a lot of stress and anxiety to my goddamn already stressful and anxious life. All right, so yeah, man. I'll let your boy Raider Honcho out.